So now I'm going to demonstrate how to do a French seam. Oftentimes is used in garments to seal up the inside edges of garments so that they don't fray. But you can also find this seam in pillows and other decorative items in boats and home goods. Normally we would take fabric, our right sides together, but in this case a French seam has the wrong sides together to start with. We'll put it underneath the sewing machine. I've determined a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and I'll demonstrate why. Start sewing and back stitch. At that point, align your seams. I'm using the outside edge of this foot as my guide. And I just keep aligning. Back stitch, needle bar up, pull forward, and trim your threads. At that point, we're going to take and open this up, remembering that I have a raw edge on the top side of the fabric. I'm then going to fold this over. So I now have this beautiful hidden seam. I'm going to make sure that it's laying properly, so I'm going to roll the seam so that it will lay down nicely. And I've already determined that I'm going to sew a 1/2 inch in, remembering that I had a 1/4 inch on the inside seam. Underneath the foot, back stitch. Remember that this fabric has to roll. Run your finger down the seam to calm it down, temper it down, using your 1/2 inch gauge. If you don't, this is what's going to happen. You're going to bite in, you're going to sew a seam off. So you actually really need to make sure that that seam stays straight. Again, holding it. Pin it down. Back stitch. Needle bar up, pull your fabric out, clip your thread, and you now have a beautiful French seam. Face of the fabric completely clean, the back completely sealed, and that seam will never fray.